All right, that you're living your best life. So thank you again, because some of you heard the call a month ago. Some of you just heard about it 2 days ago, but regardless, you're still here and you said, you know what? This is for me. I know God has given me a gift inside, and I know I haven't been living that fully. For me, it was Girl It's Go Time. When God gave me the book, I thought it was just a book. And honestly, He wasn't giving me the book. He was telling me, girl, it's go time. Like, He was talking directly to me saying, you know what? It's time for you to move because you're sitting and feeling stuck. And He kept telling me, I'm not holding you hostage. You're choosing to be where you are because you're comfortable with that paycheck. You're comfortable in where you stay and how close your job is to where you live and how close the studio is. Like, you're comfortable. You're comfortable, but yet you're frustrated. And most of you are here today because you're feeling the same thing. You comfortable and everything is good, but you know that there is more to be done. And so I'm going to be talking about, the name of my session is called Ring the Alarm. Ring the alarm. Go ahead and type that in the chat for me. Type ring the alarm in the chat for me. Because we are ringing the alarm. We're ringing the alarm on your purpose. We're ringing the alarm on everything that God has already placed inside of you. It's already there. But we just need somebody to help us, to guide us. And you just need an alarm to go off and say, that says, I'm talking to you. This is for you. So you might hear something and you might say, oh, such and such should have heard that, but you didn't want to heard it. So it was for you too. So don't think about whoever isn't here. Think about the fact that you are and that you are here for a purpose. And so we're ringing the alarm on purpose. So I want to talk to you about 3 areas that we're ringing the alarm on that will drastically change your life. So when you go into the session about writing your book, and when you go into the session about building your business brand, and when you go into the session about building your business brand, and when you go into the author session, and when you go into the single session or the married session, you're going to be ready because we already talked about some stuff. So the first thing we're going to ring the alarm on is your integrity, sis. That's where we're going to start. We're going to start with your integrity. Where does your integrity lie right now? And how is that causing you not to walk fully in your purpose? So let me read the definition for integrity really, really quickly. So we'll all be on the same page. So it says integrity, the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness, the state of being whole and undivided. Oh, that was good. The state of being whole and undivided. I like that one. So we're bringing an alarm on integrity today. Integrity is so important because your word is your bond. Even if nobody else knew that you said it, but that one person. So if your integrity is not where it needs to be, and you're saying, oh, I'm ready to step into this next level of purpose, I'm ready to step into this next level of destiny, but yeah, you can't be on time. You sure you ready? If your excuse is, oh, they know I'm always late. Oh, really? And you're okay with that? That's your integrity, because if you said you're going to be somewhere at a certain time and you're not there, you are teaching people around you not to trust your word. And you might just say, oh, they're going to be all right. But you are slowly developing people not to trust you. You're slowly teaching your children. Oh, I know mama said that, but I know she said she was going to pick me up from practice at 5, but she'll be here at 5:15. You're teaching people not to trust you. And with that type of integrity, you are not going to be able to go to the next level, because the people that were meant to be in your circle, the people that you were meant to influence, they ain't gonna want nothing to do with you, because they see how you acted and they see that you're giving excuses for the reason why you're acting a certain way. It's one thing if it happens every now and again, but you know you had an hour to get there and you only gave yourself 55 minutes in the first place. Well, you knew you were going to be late. You already knew. But we think, oh, well, that's not a big deal. But yes, it is. Because what's going to happen when that $1 million client comes and says, hey, we have a meeting at 9:05. I need you to present. And you roll up at 9:15 talking about, oh, well, I just kind of overslept. You about to miss out on $1 million for 10 more minutes of sleep? I don't think so, sis. That's not okay. That is not okay. And by your word being your bond, even something as simple as that, you're training yourself to walk either in integrity or not to. So what are you teaching your mind to do? And if you're teaching your mind to do the right thing, then your integrity grows and people can trust you. My clients know if I have it's the 5:40 call, the phone is ringing at 5:40 on the dot. I won't let it get to 5:41 because I am so honored that you're giving me that piece of your time that I am going to respect it. So if you booked a 15-minute call, sis, that's what you're going to get at the time that you said was good for you. Because that's my integrity. I have to show up because as I keep showing up, you will keep saying yes to me. As I keep offering stuff, you will say, oh, yes, of course. Because you trust me now. Do people trust you? Do the people around you really trust you? Do they trust that whatever you say you're going to do, you're going to do it? Because my father is a man of his word. And we are made in his image and likeness. Are you acting like your daddy today? Who are you acting like? Where's your integrity? Where's your integrity with finances? Where's your integrity with your policies? Do you do what you say you're going to do? Are you where you say you're going to be when you say you're going to be there? Because if not, that's one of the pieces that is helping you stay asleep on yourself. So you'll wake up and then you'll doze off. Because you're like, oh man, the deal fell through. Well, sis, it fell through because of you. You didn't show up. They were there. It's you. You the issue. So we're going to work on our integrity. And we're going to say, you know what? If I say something, even if I can't do it, I'm going to communicate. So communication is big. If you know you're going to be late, tell the people. Don't just have them waiting on you. Because now you're telling them that you don't value their time. And as we value people's time, people begin to value our time. Because now they know, okay, I can trust her. You want people to buy from you? You want people to buy your book or buy your service? They don't know if they're going to get it. Like you don't want a customer like, oh, I know I ordered something from them, but I sent her an email 5 days ago and she ain't responded yet. And her policy says she responded in 72 hours. You better believe people watching that. And the level that you're going to, you're going to have to get your integrity game on point. It's no more playing games. It's no more making excuses. Show up and show up like the expert that you are. Show up like the daughter of the king that you are. Kings don't make excuses. And we as his daughters, we can't make any anymore. The excuse season is over. This is your wake-up call for that. No more excuses. If we're going to be late, if we can't do something when we said we could, we're going to communicate that to the person. We're not just going to say, oh, well, I know I said I was going to make that event, but I can't. When people have events, they plan for you. Like people not just randomly doing stuff. They plan for you to be there. And the thing is, the way that you treat other people, that's how you will be treated. So you don't want nobody wasting your time. So stop wasting other people's time, sis. You don't want nobody to say, oh, we're going to be at 11. And then at 11:15, they say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make it. Excuse me? I just got in my car. And y'all know here in Dallas, baby, you got to drive an hour and a half to meet somebody. So you can't afford somebody to say 15 minutes after the fact that it ain't on. You know how much gas and how much time? So with your integrity, you got to step it up. Whatever you say, that's why policies are so important. So even if you forget what your integrity was, go read your own policies and say, oh yeah, I did say I will return emails in 72 hours. I did say, oh, I will upload this in 2 days. I did say, your policy is going to help you keep on track with what you got going on. And as you keep on track with that, then people can begin to trust you again. So in the chat, type, is my ringing the alarm on my integrity. My integrity is on fire. You can just type that integrity and the little fire sign if you're on your phone. So that's the first thing. We're ringing the alarm on integrity because we won't be who we say we are in every way, in our relationships, in our businesses, in our careers. You show up late to work every day, sis, but you want your own business. Okay. You want the ministry, but you late to your own Bible study. How you gonna start that one on time? It's not gonna work out for you. So in this season, we're working on our integrity. And if you already good, great. Just find ways to improve that. Try to over deliver. That's what I like to do. Like I like to under promise or over deliver. So if I say, oh, I'm gonna get to it in 72 hours because I need to give myself some space, some time, I try to do it in 48. Right? Like you need to go above and beyond with your integrity. Don't just be mediocre with it. Like do the most. Like do the most with your integrity. If you say, oh yeah, I'm gonna be there at 10:30, show up at 10:20. Like do the most. Like let people know that they can trust you. Show yourself as a trustworthy person. And you watch how many people God starts sending because he knows that he can trust you with his people. God not about to keep sending you people and you treating them raggedy. It's not about to keep happening. So yes, you might have had a few wins and a few people said, okay, well, I understand. People, we ain't giving people the option to keep saying, oh, I understand, it's okay. We're not giving them the option to keep telling us that. We want them to say, oh my God, thank you. That was excellent service. The clothes came in right on time. They came in early. Everything was perfect. We want that to be said about us because that's what we say about our Father. He does exceedingly abundantly above. Can you start doing that for the people attached to you? Go exceedingly abundantly above. And then we're going to really be looking like our daddies. And so when God starts sending us people, baby, you ain't even going to have to advertise no more. They're going to be telling everybody, oh, you need to work with her. Oh, you need to buy her clothes. Girl, everything was great. Everything looks so good. So I encourage you to start with your integrity. If it's been okay, I need your new mindset to be exceedingly, abundantly above anything they could ever ask of me. And we say, oh, well, I'm just a person. I can't. You got the Holy Spirit living in you? Oh, you can. I heard I was made in his image. I heard the same spirit that raised him from the dead is in me. Exceedingly, abundantly above. So we're ringing the alarm on your integrity. Next part, we're ringing the alarm on your confidence. Your confidence. Sis, you out here walking around with your head down like you ain't got nothing, you don't know nobody, you ain't never been nowhere. What? Do you not know who you are? Do you not know who you were created to be? Do you know that there are things with your name on it and the things look real good? And you need to be looking real good when you go pick them things up. So your confidence, and I know for a lot of people, confidence was shattered at a very, very early age. Somebody told you, oh, you too dark. Oh, you too tall. Why your hair gotta be so long? People have been speaking negativity over you from a very young age. And some of that stuff you still holding on to. Some of that stuff is holding your voice. Some of that stuff is saying, oh, well, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I should you know what? I know I'm supposed to write that book, but who gonna read it? Does my story even matter? I know I'm supposed to start that business, but what if it fails? What if the people I know don't support me? But your confidence gotta shift and say, you know what? because you told me to do it. I give you my yes. Mary had to give God her yes. He didn't force Jesus on her. She had to say yes. And in this season, your confidence has to be a yes. Yes, God. Yes, I'll go. Yeah, no, I don't have the degree. No, I didn't even I didn't even graduate from high. It don't matter. If he called you, have the confidence to go and walk like you belong there. Like you walking into places and you like, oh, I'm here, but you don't even look like you belong there. Can't, what? So sis, you couldn't iron today? What's up? You just you couldn't throw it in the dryer. Couldn't do that. Like you need to show up, especially in social media. You gotta show up. And y'all don't look like this every day. Y'all already know. My lives, I be having my twist in my hair. Y'all get some lip gloss. But there are moments when you get your whole life together, sis. And you walk in that confidence and start doing it more. Don't wait to special occasions to do stuff like that. And that's part of the reason why confidence is so lacking, because we wait too long. We do it once a year, or we show up every once in a while. Show up every day. That doesn't mean you have to be full glam and all that stuff, but you need to show up. You need to show up like you belong in the space. Even if the people in the space are telling you, how'd she get here? They asking questions. Well, where's she from? What's she do? Let them keep asking. Because you have a right to be in that space. You have a right because you have a voice, and God brought you there to do something. And you use the confidence that he gave you. So it's not all about what you have. It's about what he gave you, what he put inside of you. When I was getting my hair done yesterday, my beautician, it was like my third time going to her. She was like, you so quiet to say you be like that online. And I was like, girl, because I don't really talk a lot for real, for real. I grew up quiet, like for real. Like, I would talk to people. I wouldn't know mute or nothing, but I would have never thought I would be doing this. But I had to let his confidence in me grow. So you gotta start, is what I'm telling you. So that live you scared to do, because you're not confident, do it. Do it anyway. That's the word for this part. Do it anyway. Type do it anyway in the chat. That pop-up shop you scared to attend, do it anyway. That coach you afraid to hire because you don't know if your idea is even good enough to go to the next level, do it anyway. Do all those things anyway. That song you've been scared to write or get produced or just released, because some of y'all already got everything done anyway. It's just sitting in your computer, sitting in your notebook. Do it anyway. Do those things anyway and watch God show up and show out for you. Do it anyway. Because once you do it, the confidence will grow. I didn't know if nobody's going to read Girl, It's Go Time. But I did it anyway because he told me, because I found myself asking, God, what's next? What's next? He said, that book I told you to write 2 years ago, that's what's next. You asking what's next, but he telling you to finish the last thing that he told you to do that you ain't done with yet. That's what's next. So that's the thing you've been sleeping on. That's the thing you need to do anyway. And so it might not be a huge, if finish the assignment, it might be huge. It might be 2 things. You might just need to call somebody and write an email. That might be the only 2 things you can, and that will move you along. Y'all thinking it's some huge thing. You know what got me to finish in the book? I got the cover done first. I said, well, dang, Danielle, you can't just have a book cover and nothing to write in. What's the point of that? So that pushed me to keep going. And as I wrote, my confidence increased. Now, when I tell people I'm an author, I know I am, but they're like, oh, for real? Because as you walk in confidence and you're doing the things he told you to do, you're going to be elevated. Elevation is waiting on you. You're not waiting on it. It's ready. Like the elevator sitting right there, right? So the elevator waiting. It's just waiting on you to get on. You going to get on the elevator? You going to do it anyway? It's waiting on you, sis. It's literally right there. Get on the elevator. Press up. Talk to the people in the elevator. Y'all know the elevator pitch. Y'all, some of y'all so scared to open your mouth. People don't even know what you do. And I always say, if anybody ever forgets that I'm a business coach, that I'm an author, that I'm a speaker, that's on me, because that means I'm not doing my job. People, McDonald's don't let us forget. Chick-fil-A don't let us forget. Old Navy sure don't let us forget. Wayfair, none of them people let us forget who they are and what they do. So when people say, oh, I forgot you did that, you need to take that as oh, shoot, I need to get back on my game. Because people forgetting, that means I'm not walking in the confidence that I should be. Stop letting people forget who you are and what you do. And stop forgetting who you are and what you do, first of all. You walking around here like you are nobody. What? Girl. Girl. I gotta be on the toes. I'm ringing an alarm, so I gotta do it. You walking around here like you just arrived to the earth, girl. So confidence, do it anyway. The next part that I'm ringing the alarm on is your experience. I'm ringing the alarm on your experience because some of y'all have forgot all the things that you done went through that has gotten you to this moment, and you acting like a novice, but you really an expert. You acting as if you hadn't worked in customer service for the last 15 years. You're acting as if you hadn't been editing books or editing papers or doing all this stuff forever. And then you showing up like, oh, I'm new to the game. Since just because your business is new does not mean you're new to the industry, and you better act accordingly with your prices, the way you show up, the way you present, all that stuff. You need to show up accordingly because you didn't just wake up and be where you are. There's levels to this. You had a process to go through, and you so scared to tell people about your process because you don't want them to judge you. But the real issue is, if they knew your process, baby, the money will be coming in. People be ready to work with you, but they don't relate to you because you're too scared to tell your story. Some of y'all need to write a book just so you can share your story, because people don't know you enough. And you're scared to do lives, which is another way for people to really get to know you, but you scared of that. You gotta share your story. You don't know who that's gonna help. It might not help everybody, but it's gonna help the right people. And when they hear your story and how you got where you are, and the problem is you don't think you know where. Let's start there. You don't think you know where. You think, oh well, I just don't know, and I'm new. And you don't. Girl, please. You know, baby, people ran off the track a long time ago, and you still running. Can you give yourself a round of applause because you still running? You ain't gave up. Even though you went through all of that, you still finding strength in the Lord, that you still waking up every morning, you're still doing all the things for all the people. Can you give yourself a round of applause? Like my students used to do, my kindergartners. Round of applause. And stop allowing because it was so traumatic, or because it did this or did that, you don't want to talk about it. But you on the other side of it now. So make sure you forgiving those people that made it so traumatic, so you can talk about it and help other people. Yes, you went through it, and I'm so sorry you did. But I know it has made you a stronger person. Now your discernment is better. Now you're making better decisions. And you can help other people make better decisions, but they don't know you went through it. How they gonna come to you if they don't even know that you can help them? It don't, like, what y'all want them to do? Be mind readers? You gotta say it. You have to tell your story. Your experience matters. Because if I would have just showed up and said, oh, I'm a business coach, people are like, oh, okay, well, you had a business? Like what? Like, y'all stopping too short. Like, y'all just say what y'all do now and don't say anything else of what qualified you to be that person. You got to keep talking. I'm a business coach. My degree is in small business and entrepreneurship. I taught entrepreneurship for the past 8 years in a high school setting. I ran a successful business for 5 years. Like, you better start talking yourself up. Stop acting like you ain't got nothing, ain't never did nothing. People need to know that stuff. And you like, oh, I don't want to brag. Girl, that's not bragging. That's you. How you telling who you are is bragging? If you did it belongs to you. So what's up? So if I done did all this stuff and then I'm like, but I don't want to brag. I'm just telling you who I am. Tell people who you are. Stop letting all that false humility and all that stuff. Well, nah, people need to know. People need to know where God brought you from. Can you tell your testimony? I said, can you tell your testimony, sis? Like, what's up? We need to know that, because you're going to find people are going to start resonating with just your testimony and everything that you offering. They're going to be like, yes, because she's been through what I've been through. Of course, I'll work with her. Yes, I'll do this. Some of y'all ain't been real in your relationships and you wondering why they keep falling apart, because you ain't telling the whole story. And some of you don't know the whole story yet. So you got to go back and figure out, well, what got me to this point? Can you go talk to somebody? Therapy is cool, sis. It's all right. It's okay. My therapist is on here and she told me, girl, just because you was a teacher, you deserve the right to be in here. Some people think it got to be something so traumatic. Baby, y'all regular life is enough to talk to somebody about. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. So make sure that you are doing the things that you need to do so that you can share your story the way you need to share it. Your experience matters. And it's showing up that you don't believe that your experience matters with the way you're charging people. You charging them like you still in high school doing this thing, where you got 20 years experience. When I first started Girls Go Time, my first package was $210. On August 10th of 2020, our first client came. It was a payment plan, $105. Y'all would have thought I had just got $1 million. I was so excited. But after that, 45 days later, I hired a business coach. And she said, hey, send me your prices. Baby, I sent her them prices. She said, oh, no, ma'am. You what? And you done did all this? Sometimes you just need somebody to tell you, oh, ma'am, no, ma'am. Type that in the chat, ma'am, no, ma'am. Because some of y'all been doing some ma'am, no, ma'am stuff. You doing what? For what? After all the stuff you want to offer them, and it's free. What you mean? 30 minutes? You gonna talk to somebody 30 minutes for free? They ain't gonna have to come back to you because you didn't gave them everything they need for free. Charge accordingly, please. Cause I'm gonna be on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm gonna see some of y'all stuff. I'll be like, all I'm gonna type is ma'am, no, ma'am, and you gonna already know what I'm talking about. Let's get back to the drawing board with this. You giving away all this stuff for $200, ma'am, no, ma'am. That just ain't gonna work no more. Cause you're trying to go to a certain level, but you ain't gonna get there with that. Baby, you're gonna be working you're gonna be on the phone, you're gonna be doing emails, you're gonna be at every pop-up shop in the tri-state area trying to make money from what you charging. Ma'am, no, ma'am. We're in this season where we're money magnets. And listen, I know booked and busy is cool. I ain't trying to be booked. Like, y'all know, I get off at 1:00 on Wednesdays and Fridays. I don't want to be booked. And I don't want to be busy. I want to be paid. I don't want to be booked, busy. I just want to be paid. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if I got 5 clients a month, cool. Okay. I ain't booked. I ain't busy. But I'm paid. And I be chilling. I can hop on lives. I can do other kind of stuff. I can travel a little bit. Because as you can keep saying you want to be booked and busy, that means you need more and more. But if you start charging what you're supposed to charge, you're going to need less and less people. I used to need 15 yeses. Now I only need 5. And I'm good. Right? So let's change the narrative. I ain't got to be booked or busy as long as I'm paid. And because he knows my heart behind that, so now I can travel, I can do ministry, I can do all of these things because I ain't tied down to having to do so many things and talk to so many people. So what I'm trying to tell you, and for me and you in this season, you're going to allow people access to you. It's going to be very limited access, and only a certain amount of people are going to get that access. After that, it's a wrap, because guess what? They saw that same post, they saw that same email, they saw that same live as everybody else. And if they didn't act, oh well, procrastination season is over for working with you. They're not going to be able to get the price that you was charging in January, and here we are in August. No ma'am, no sir. Because they should have did it then. And the same thing for you. If there's somebody that you want to work with in this season, you better get to it. Don't be waiting and saying, oh, well, I'll catch them next year. Baby, by the time next year comes, their price is going to be so high, you're going to have to mortgage your house. Not for real, but you get what I'm saying. Move in the season. If God is telling you to work with somebody, he know how much they charge. He told them to charge it. So you stop worrying about, oh, well, I can't do it a month, 3 months from now. Can you do it today? If you can do it today, make that step today. And then let's figure it out. Because if they're teaching you anything, then they're going to teach you how to make it more consistently. Right? So stop worrying about what's going to happen 3 months from now. If you're learning from that person, even if it's a business coach or whoever it is, they're teaching you something to enrich your life. So money won't ever be an issue again. So we rang the alarm on integrity. We rang the alarm on confidence. And we rang the alarm on experience. So in this season, nothing is going to stop you. Nothing is going to cause you to back up, back down, say, oh, well, I don't know. We're not doing it. Nothing is going to allow for that anymore. Because we're ringing an alarm. You're not going to sit on the sideline with your dream no more, sis. Y'all know the clock is set to 8:28. All things are working together for your good. So when I'm coaching and when I'm doing all this stuff, I can tell you that confidently. Just go. It's going to work together for your good. That doesn't mean everything is going to be great all the time, but it's all things are going to work together for your good. I know your auntie passed. I know you lost that job that you thought you would retire from. I get it. I know your best friend moved to another city and now you're just like, man, what's up? I know. I get it. I get all of that. But all things are going to work together for your good. It didn't say all things would be good, but it will all work together for your good. So some of you are in a grieving season right now. I know. But let me tell you, God is about to stir up the gift inside of you. People gonna wonder, who is she? Where she come from? You are going to start showing up in a way that you are going to be unrecognizable. The anointing, when you walk in a room, it's gonna make head turns. People that know you their whole life, head's about to turn, sis. The anointing just walked in. The anointing just walked in the room. Confidence. Your integrity. So you about to start being on time. Stop lying to people. Stop making excuses because you want people to treat you accordingly. You want people to treat you accordingly. Your integrity matters. It matters so much for the level you're going to. Your confidence. Walk in a room like you belong. Walk in a room like that's your room. Not like you belong in it. Walk in there like it's yours. If you walking into your own house, how you walk in? You don't walk in, oh, I don't know if I should touch anything. You know, should I just sit over here? I'm just staying in the corner. You don't do that at your own house. Walk in a room like that is your room. Let your experience speak for itself. Start telling your story. Tell your testimony. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Don't allow the enemy to tell you, oh, girl, don't nobody want to hear that. Or you keep talking about the past. First of all, these people you talking to in this new season, they don't even know your past. And what I'm trying to tell you is, I know you've been kicking it with your girl since kindergarten. I get it. I get it. But if sis ain't trying to level up, I'll see you at the class reunion. But that's it. That's all. Your circle is changing in this season. And that does not mean when it's changing, you can have multiple circles, yeah. You can have different networks because you're the one that's connecting it all. Y'all better go meet some new people. Because here's the deal. If the people that you already know were the only people that were going to get you to the level that you're trying to get to, you would be there already. So while you saying, Holland, no new friends, your old friends keeping you at the same tax bracket that you've been at. So you better go get you some new friends. That don't mean you got to leave all the old ones alone. But there are people in rooms that you need to be in. There are people making investments that you need to make. There are people doing things and going to courses and doing all this stuff that you need to be doing. And once you start doing all that stuff, you ain't got to worry about, oh, well, I don't want them to, I don't want them to think I'm bragging, or I don't, I got a victory today, but I don't want people to, baby, they're going to be cheering you on. You on a circle where all you do is win. Can you get a circle like that where nobody's jealous, everybody's encouraging you? That's the type of circle and room you need to be in. Because if you're not in that type, then they're holding down, they changing your integrity. Now you say, oh, well, I can show up 10 minutes late. They all gonna be late. I don't want a group of friends with everybody late. What? We got things to do. I can't afford for you to be 20 minutes late and now, and it was only a 50-minute. What? You don't be late to the doctor though. You be early for them. Start treating people the same. Start treating people with the highest level of integrity. I told y'all, start doing exceedingly abundantly above anything the person you working with could ever ask to think. Go above and beyond. Blow their mind, because the Holy Spirit inside of you gives you the power to do that. You have the power to do it. You just gotta want to do it. You gotta want to walk in excellence. You gotta be a woman of your word. If you say you're gonna do it, get it done. And if you can't get it done, communicate in time. Don't wait till the last minute. Ain't nobody got time for that. We ain't playing them type of crackhead games. It's time to go to the next level. It's time to show up. It's time to walk in confidence. It's time to walk in your experience. Share your testimony. Share your story. It's time. It's go time. I'm keep looking at my watch because I don't know if I'm over time. Babe, can you let me know? I feel like I've been talking. So why he let me know if I'm over time or not? Integrity, confidence, and experience. Yo, I never thought let me not say that. I ain't gonna say I never thought I would be doing this, because God kept putting me in places where people were doing this stuff. I was like, why am I here? I ain't got nothing. I'm just an attendee. What am I doing here? And then he would put me in like VIP spaces. And I'm like, why? He said, because I want you to get around people that will soon be your normal. and I need you to see their hearts, and I need to see how they walk, how they show up, so you'll know how. I'm preparing you for what's next. So if you start finding yourselves in rooms and you like, I don't know why I'm here, it's preparation, sis. So take note. Take note. Because if you would have told me 2 years ago, hey Danielle, you're gonna do a virtual conference on Zoom, baby. No, I'm not. It ain't happening. I don't even know how to work Zoom like that. But guess what happened? For 2020 and 2021, I had to teach like this. And not only had to teach on Zoom, baby, I had people in person too. So I was teaching on Zoom and live at the same time. So he prepared me for this. I was like, man, we on Zoom again. Well, here I am on Zoom again. But this time it's on my own time. I'm choosing to do it this time. So don't negate the preparation period. All right.